In this role play session, I will be a caseworker at the palliative care unit who will be assessing an 85-year-old woman who has come in with an altered mental status, very agitated, and maybe showing signs of early dementia. I'm going to interview Najima, who will be the caregiver, who's also the patient's daughter. And as she shares her concerns of her mother's problems with medication, pain, and living situation, I will use a solution-focused therapy approach to try and set short-term attainable goals to address these issues. Hi, Najima. My name is Teri, and I work with the palliative care team as one of their social workers. And understand your mom is currently in the ICU.
Yes, my mom was admitted into the ICU because at home she's been taking her medicine every day for her medicine, but she's been very agitated, very angry, so choosing the medicine, have more medicine, and she finds the medicine needs to take it, and she passed out. So that's why she went into the ICU.
Well, it sounds like things are under control right now, but I want to learn a little bit more about why maybe she's being so agitated, what's causing so much pain, and if we can set up some sort of new system for you all in the home. So it sounds like from what you shared with me earlier that there are some issues with her complying with the medication.
Yes, there's a lot of issues. She's been very angry at her medicine, so she takes that in medicine. And then she becomes really agitated, very angry, and asking to take more medicine. And she just has to forcefully take the medicine of her own. And we're scared that she actually comes to have dementia, so like she's always activated, she's always thinking about the pain. And I am the only caregiver for her. I'm her only daughter, so I'm just so worried about her condition and what I can do for her. I'm not doing my own problems as well.
Okay. So while she's living with you, is this a long-term plan for you all?
We're trying to find a nursery school for her because I'm also on a full disability and I'm not able to care for her. I think it's me.
Okay. And what have been the problems with finding her somewhere else for her long-term care?
It's just been good availability. We can find a nursery school that are able to provide a bed for her because we're on medication.
Oh, I understand the challenges with that. Okay. And then I'd like to learn just a little bit more about your concerns with her having dementia. Aside from the agitation and the not complying with the medication, what else is there going on?
There's been a lot of drama in the home recently. Mom has been, not just only angry, she's always demanding, she's always yelling, she's always screaming, and she's just frustrating me a lot. Personally, my husband has tried to help us, but we both time and also not be there for us. So I'm the vehicle here. So at home, like, putting a day at home, like wake up in the morning, then I cook for the next day. Just giving her the treatment and after breakfast, she's like getting my medicine, eating a lot of pain. I can have the medicine and all that.
Okay.
So it's just frustrating. Her team is getting me a lot. The owner is getting me a lot. And we're here in the ICU, so she doesn't have my back. It's still the medicine, I have it all in individual boxes. And she doesn't know which one to take.
That's scary.
And I try to hide it in everything.
Okay. Can you also tell me a little bit, like, does she eat? Does she do other things that maybe are a little bit more normal for you all, as far as like eating? Does she sleep well? Are there other concerns?
She's eating well. So like recently she's been food walking around the house. I've been like finding her in the kitchen a lot and running a lot.
Roaming around. Okay. Well, it sounds like it's been real hard recently for you all at home, and with your long-term medical condition as well. It sounds like maybe we need to find a different placement for her. Okay, so I think what we should do today is figure out some sort of action plan to address the concerns with maybe her having dementia or other mental challenges. I'd also like to do some sort of pain assessment to figure out exactly how severe the pain really is and where it is, because there might be something going on that her current medication isn't addressing. And with palliative care, we'll be able to, zero in on what it is actually and how bad it is. Because if we need to adjust the medication or try something different, that could hopefully solve part of the problem. If she's wanting to be in control of the medication, okay, then we need to maybe figure out a new strategy that makes her feel like she's a part of that. However, it sounds like it's still very important for you to manage the medication itself and when it's administered. So we'll come up with a new strategy to address that issue. And while we work with Medicaid, um, I know that can be very difficult. And even if there are available beds, it might be a concern for you with location, because I think your daughter has also complained about not liking any of the nursing homes, and so she has been placed with you. Um, while she is in your home, we'll continue to work with Medicaid beds that might be available in the area. But it sounds like you're concerned about your own safety. Okay. And your mom has actually shared that she's concerned about her safety, saying that she's not feeding me, she's not giving her medicine. And that might not be fair, right? But if you all are both concerned, maybe we can look into other outside resources that can work with you all until Medicaid bed is available.
And as I said, I want full visibility, and it's really hard to keep up with my mom all the time. She's kind of active and not seeing the turnaround after her, doing everything for her. So like, I know I'm her only daughter, so this is happening. And my, until right now, it's 50 as well because I'm trying to find my nursing home.
Okay.
Since they'll be nurses there to offer like a few things for them.
Okay. Well, I have a friend that works with Adult Protective Services, and it might be beneficial for you all to have her get involved to maybe come up with maybe a safer living situation within your home while she's there, and maybe identify some outside resources that you all could use for supportive services, whether that's to give you relief and bring somebody else in at times, or to check on you all throughout the week, so that you're not always just dealing with your mother by yourself, or any other services that you all might benefit from at this time, so we can get you set up with her being in a long-term Medicaid facility that you're very happy with. Okay. So when we meet next, I'll be able to share her assessment from the CT scan and the verbal pain scale from just checking her out and doing the physical. And I'll also share the results from the psychiatrist when we do the assessment of, exactly what's going on, if she does have dementia or something else. And when we look at getting her settled with being able to leave the hospital, I would like to have some sort of plan, maybe a table that we can set up that references when she needs her medication, how much she gets, and at what time. And that way, when you give them to her, you both can initial or check. That might give her some sort of peace of mind, and you'll be able to reference, we already did this, remember mom? She might need that reminder if it is dementia. And then that way, that will hopefully help give her a little bit of control and, relief or peace of mind, knowing that, hey, that's right, I was getting that medication. And until then, that'll be the game plan. I'll continue to follow up with you all, so I want to make sure that that actually is working, or we can come up with a different strategy in the meantime while we wait for that. Okay? Nice to meet with you today. Bye-bye. After interviewing the patient's mother, who's also the caregiver, it was important to set an action plan and to acknowledge the concerns that the daughter was sharing about the mother, which helped identify what type of assessments we maybe needed to use to set up some sort of intervention. After reviewing the assessment and seeing that the mother did have signs of early dementia, and was being non-compliant with the medication, and that the daughter was concerned about her safety as well as the mother's and wanting her to find other placement, it was important to come up with a strategy with an intervention of how to help the mother be in a little bit of control of when she took the medication and how it was administered, and if the medication needs to be changed, as well as if Medicaid beds would become available in the meantime. If they weren't, what we were going to do with her being in the house. Because safety was a concern, I thought it was important to have Adult Protective Services intervene to try and provide additional benefits or outside resources to relieve the tension between the mother and the daughter. So once the assessment results were shared with Najma, who's the caregiver, we set those goals and both agreed that those were attainable goals, and then provided the intervention with getting used to using the table before the mother was discharged from the hospital, so that their new routine with how the medication would be tracked and administered was hopefully well established before they left the hospital. And then discussing discharge planning, we sat down and talked about how they would each follow the new routine as I continue to work on the Medicaid